Hi, YouTube. I've had something on my mind for, oh, well, probably since I was born, but there's been some racial bullshit, even on YouTube. I mean, I can't even watch a show without a stupid commercial about teachers. And then there's a little black girl that goes to hug this teacher, and she's go, "Oh, I have to hug everybody." And she's ignoring that girl, and I see the look on the girl's face, and I don't care who debates what, because you aren't debating this with me. But and then there's a black boy, he's like um says hi to her, and she doesn't even remember him right away. And another black kid tells a teacher that, and you were a friend of mine. And the teacher goes, ugh, like all phony and shit. And I'm like, you effing people, it's commercial and it's like 5 minutes and 43 seconds long or some damn thing. I'm like, God dang it. I hate that crap. And then the channels that I watch, I mean, I'm biracial. I have Native American and white. And then I have family members that are triracial. Well, actually, more than that, if you put in like the Polynesian and the different things. So, um, this stuff just irks me. And then there's a white brotherhood. I'm like, excuse me? What, baby KKKs, little brothers, you know? Saying that they like this one guy that I happen to know is, well, he calls himself biracial, but he's actually racial with some native, acting like they're all his friends, but yet they get together with this channel called White Brotherhood or something like that. I'm like, what? You can't tell me that you love this guy and you got a name like that. That's bullshit, you know? So yeah, I mean, it just irks me. And I really, I mean, people back when I was growing up, all people of color, we were working hard to get along as human beings out of love. What the hell threw a wrench in it again? I mean, didn't that shit stay back in the woods in the shit house where they belonged? You know? And now it's coming back out to light. What the hell is this? You know? Trying to create more racial tensions all the time, you know? So I don't know. I just noticed this and it was bothering me. That commercial just bugs the crap out of me. And well, anyway, I just wanted to say that. And um I don't know, it doesn't leave me speechless. It really gives me a lot to say. I could say a whole bunch about that. That just really pisses me off beyond words almost, you know? I love a lot of people of different colors. My favorite friend when I was growing up was a little Chinese girl named Dana Wong. So, I mean, there's um a lot of bullshit going on out there from just a handful of people, I do believe. You know, it seemed like everywhere I went, people were always pretty much getting along. I mean, there might have been a little tension, but nothing normal human beings couldn't work through, that type of thing, you know. It's like, hey, I love you. You don't want to be mean to me, and vice versa. And I know that's true, you know? So, yeah, if everybody, if you hear this crap, you know, I don't know if it should be brought closer out into light or how to deal with this situation, but hasn't gone away. And a major issue for this is just pertinent. It's to the bone, it's the beginning. Satan was dark. He wanted to water out his bloodline to make it light. So with the blonde hair and blue eyes of like the Germans and whatnot, hiding, trying to hide. These people have closer ties and to very dark skinned people than probably a lot of you out there, whether you be Swedish or whatever, um, or like the red hair, the Irish, or whatever, like very, very far removed from the Queen herself in London, being closer to African descent than many others. And this is true. And this is a something they don't want you to know. See, if that bloodline with the darkness were to be perpetuated, the strength of mankind could come back, and that's what their pea brain, that level. That's what they're thinking. That's why the blonde hair and the blue eyes were always more desirable in that extreme. That's why they made it appear like that. I don't want blonde hair and blue eyes. I like me. But this is their what they push on people. And you know it. People with the bleach blonde hair and why? Why? It's absolutely no reason for it. I just gave you the reason. The reason is they think they're more desirable, they think they're worth more. And in the eyes of Illuminati, well, the fake hair ain't going to cut it, but the blue eyes might. They might want to take them out of your head and pop them in theirs. That's how much they care about you, you know? So, um, this is an issue still, and it hasn't gone away ever. And I'm just not going to be quiet about it, you know? So I don't tolerate it. It's intolerable. I don't want nobody hating me. Does anybody else really? You know, the only hate that's going around is Illuminati and the baby Illuminati, and they amount to probably about, oh, I would say about 200 million people in the direct cousins family and their offsprings. Other than that, and that could be a few generations, but other than that, very few people on this planet matter to them unless you have something they want. So you could ask yourself, what is it they want? We know what Satan wants. He wants us all dead and he wants our souls. So, and that's just not going to happen. Well, I'll tell you what, one way to make sure this garbage stops on this planet is to make people aware of who's doing what to who. And it's really important that we stick together as people and humans and loving people in this world to let everybody know that we do love them. It's not the one love like you're going to be a Satanist and I'm going to go cuddling on you. Piss on that. I'm not like that. Or if you're going to be cruel or cutting or whatever you're going to be, I'm not going to say, hey, okay, you're my bud, my friend, one love, peace, brother, all that. No, that's not happening. That's not me at all. So, and if it was God at all, he wouldn't be putting an end to Satan. He'd say, oh, yeah, no, 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 it's okay, baby. You do anything you want to do. And God will say, just keep doing it. I'm okay with that. No, it doesn't work like that. I've told people before, and they're like, one love, egg love, like we're all in the same petri dish. Well, I'll tell you what, some of them can be sucked out of that petri dish real quick there too. Or there could be an antibody that God just puts a drop in that petri dish and the strong ones survive. you know. So Yeah. Well, I hope nobody I know is racist. I just can't handle that. Or cruel in any way. If you don't have a really, really good reason, like you're not battling evil and you're talking bad or talking down, I will truly be an enemy. You know, if you got a good reason, I'll hear it. I'll probably join the fight. you know. So all in all, even with my stomach being a little sore today, it was a pretty good day. I felt better. I went outside a couple times. I felt a lot better. And oh, 007, no, I didn't get building on that chicken coop. And yeah, I wish you were here to help. It would be fun, you know. So it's fun when we're doing it out there. It is pleasant work. It's just really, really hard, you know. But well, I'm not 20, 30, even 40 years old anymore either. So that makes a difference. So gotta rest up to hit it again. But then when I get up enough oomph one day, I'll just get out there and get it done, you know, or work some more on it and rest, whatever it takes, you know. So yeah. Oh, let's see what else is going on. It was about what did they say, 52 degrees today or something pretty nice, but we had a hard frost last night. So, or pretty frosty, not maybe solid hard, but pretty darn cold. Probably about, well, it had to be at least 32, so that's freezing here. So Fahrenheit, I'm not sure of what centigrade is, I think they call it. Oh, it'd probably be about 26 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I used to know that stuff, but I got other stuff in here right now. yeah, sometimes I don't feel like typing. I had a typewriter in my room when I was a kid, and then I've done secretarial work and typed all kinds of documents and essays, and I'm just sometimes I don't feel like typing. It's just like, no, I used my fingers a lot in my life. So, yeah. So if I don't type much, it's not because I'm not loving. It's just can't do it right then. Or I may not even have the words to say something at that moment. I get like that too. So I like to consider the circumstances, consider my words, um, and choose them wisely, you know, because I know words very well. So, at least I believe I do. Yeah, I studied the Bible word for word, especially Revelations, but in Aramaic, Hebrew, Greek, and English, and then various languages that went along with that to go along with any definition of any word that would bring me back to the truth, which it did. So, yeah, I've studied a lot and I do know words pretty well, I'd say. Yeah, some strange videos out here on my end today. Um, not my friends or anything, but just some other weirdos that I subscribe to see what's up, you know, affiliated, Satanistic, watered down. No offense to lighter people, pasty, blood drinkers, Zionists, Jews. No, that is not Jewish. I have Jewish granddaughters. It has no reflection on the nationality, just their choice of religions. and sacrificing and pedophilia and deviance, then you got a problem, you know. So, anybody raped in the church? I was. Anybody else? Yeah. Um, I got a lot of reason to be angry and bitter, but I'm not. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually I like to get mad, but that's not something I really allow. But I got to admit I do enjoy that. Not evil mad, just mad. Angry mad, you know, not mad, mad. So, but if I'm upset or pissed off, I'm not going to say that that's even Satan's anger. That's bullshit. That's mine. If I'm being assertive about something or if I even swear, that doesn't have no evil energy behind that. That's truly just me saying no to evil bullshit. And they can say a lot of people, and I've heard like, well, they think the word evil is like overused. What else are you going to supply for it? Horrific. That probably suit it pretty good. You know, the horrific, terrifying, um, murderous, ritualistic, yeah, inhuman. What an inhuman day this is, you know, celebrating death, you know. If you believe you never die, why celebrate death? That's what my question is. You know, die in your heart, you know, but not your soul, not your mind or your creativeness. So, yeah, I really was upset about that racial crap that I have heard, and then people will pretend like they're even not. Why pretend then? You know, I think that if anybody hears this and has doubts about how closely related the Illuminati bloodline is to the Africans, start searching from China on. They went to the Far East and then up into Norway. So, and then some went back to the Far East again. But as far as they could take that blood away from the darkness, is what they tried to do. Follow it around. Mark my words, because what I'm telling you, I happen to know from uh, what used to be uh, secret information is the truth. I am telling you the truth of the bloodline. That's what I'm on here for. This is why I am here. So they have to stop what they're doing so we can stop them so we know who they are. It's not just the people in the big mansions, there's all kinds of them out there, like the little Bitcoin cons and the people selling herbals or whatever, even if they're psychic tarot, astrology, uh, the fairy tale bullshit outside of actually God's religion. Everything I name there outside of what He wants from us. Those the people right there that you got to look at them and say, don't, they're not worth the time of day. They can play their games by themselves without God's people getting involved. You know what I mean? Unless we're out here slaying them, then That's where that's at. It's like I told Doug, I said, pretty soon the only people that are going to be conned by these cons and the little Satanistic bastards are going to be the little bastards' families. And that'll be it. Then they'll be conning and swaying each other. So at least they'll be in one group when God comes to get them and do something to them. So totally, totally scare them, make them cry, pee their pants, you know. Because I truly believe unless they get that scared, that a lot of them won't quit. And if they're going to hate their fellow man bad enough to make commercials that, and you guys check that out. It's about teachers that are being honored. There's like a Mrs. Gonzalez. She teaches kids Spanish. She looked like a decent lady, but there was a couple of them white people, or like, well, three of them that were phonier than a $3 bill, and I just couldn't handle it. And then they are working around children. That's the point too, you know. Or one of them's retiring, and that's a very good thing. The one that wouldn't give the time of day to the little black girl, you know. So, yeah, the dude then in Mister Something Something, and you taught me so much, and thank you for being there and being a good friend. And the guy goes, whoa, like this little black kid just called me his friend. And then he tried to recover from his shock and just acted all phony, like, oh, that's why we do it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you icky, icky human being. There was three, like, big time icky crap ish. I couldn't believe it. I can't stand that commercial. That makes me want to even, if I had a gun, I'd probably shoot YouTube at that point, you know. Well, I got a gun, but I don't need one. But I mean, that's disgusting. I worry a lot. I've got nieces and nephews, very dark, and I worry sometimes because they're around bigger cities and stuff, and I worry for them because you never know. Even the cops are wicked. I had a niece. She was standing out in the street, and a person come along, a woman that hated her, and my niece is gorgeous, and hit her so hard with the car, ripped my niece's door right off her car, and threw her up on the sidewalk. And she ended up on opiates because of it. And she had other health issues to begin with. Plus, she's a mom of four, two twins. It's like, oh, wow. So when I say I'm worried, the racism thing and different things in my life, it's not an empty worry. I literally, the first, well, I like this boy. He was his name was Steve Pullins, and little dark guy. And I was gonna go to his birthday party, but my parents wouldn't let me. And we were all gonna go swimming and have a picnic and everything, and I couldn't go. And so it was shortly after that I started running away because, and then I had a little Irish friend, Danella Kilgren, and she was so sweet, but because her mother was divorced, I couldn't hang around with her anymore. So I mean, it's just like, um, so it made me feel like my adopted parents, one being Swedish and Finnish, and the other one being Spanish and French and English, because of her English heritage, and his Swedish heritage is, well, both sides of their family, all of it is Illuminati. So God forbid that I would get to like a little black boy. And he actually was part native too. He was Diana Ross's second cousin, and his sister Glenda was one of my good friends too. I love these kids, you know. So, and they had money though, and so they were dark kids in all white school. And it wasn't until I was 13 that year that they were busing black kids into my junior high school. And these two twin boys, don't remember their names. Well, one was Mark, and the other one was kind of mean to white people, but they were both kind of my friends, but one was. But it's just, I mean, the tensions even within the city and well, everywhere in life, it's just sickening. It is. I've been on the other end of it. I know what it's like. Try being the lightest native at a powwow, and I was being named Kiko Pashata. Um, but I was way lighter than a lot of people when I was 12. You know, it, in the nation, in the Indian nation, the Sioux, and so I have two kinds of Algonquin, Powhatan and Sioux. Um, but anyway, yeah, I know what it's like to be in a whole tribe. It was a village actually, and feel alone and feel like I was chided racist. They were racist against me because I was lighter, you know. So, and around here with the Ojibwe, if you walk up on the reservation and you're a whitey, you're going to be in trouble. See, any of that too. And I worked in the casino, the Ojibwe's Grand Casino Hinkley, as a dealer, and even that, um, I mean, I have a lot of Native American friends and relatives, but um, even that still has its tensions, and it's sickening to me, you know. I do end up fitting in one way or another, no matter where I go. I'm kind of lucky like that. I mean, not everybody's going to like me, but like one or two with God in their heart. I always find a friend no matter where I've gone, and I've moved. I can't count how many times I moved, probably like in 20 years, like 150 times, something crazy. I was all over the place when I was young. I just liked it like that, So saw a lot of states, most of them actually, except for a few. Alaska, Hawaii, and Washington. That's it. So, not that I mean, I'd like to see Alaska and I'd like to see Washington State. I'd like to go see beluga whales jumping off the shore there if I could, because I saw one confined with a baby and they both ended up dying. And so to be able to see them out in the wild would be a wonderful thing for me. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get on here and spew a little bit about that racism because it's still going on. I mean, to think that there's still a clan and white brotherhoods and Masons, and you know, it's and they can say too. There's a chapter of Mason affiliates that I forget what they call it, like the Dark Knight Brotherhood or um, Luciferian Brotherhood. I can't remember what it was. I can't recall the name of it right now, but it is for black men, and they have different chapters of that around the United States. And I know for a fact there's no way with those men having dark skin that them other Illuminati lodges give a damn about them. If anything, they'd probably set them up and use them somehow because that is how they operate. They do not want darkness in their life at all, ever again. And that's why they're hiding the Illuminati bloodline with skin color. and names. They changed names to come over the United States. You know, you can tell by their names if you look up family trees, like Seaman, Weiss, or Wiseman, Whelan, Weiss, Weist. They all started over in England. They were Roman before that. Well, we know who they were. You know, you just take one name and take it backwards, on the family tree. It's all public record, except that they did change their names along the way. A lot of Jews would drop the Stein and call themselves Steen, or you see what I mean. Change their name to protect themselves and um, fill in a banner of their crest to a different color or something, or take away um, a color or different things to hide their family crest. And they change those. Look up Wiest, Wiest. You will find three different family crests for that name. The one with the red on it and the gold. They're gold lions with red stars indicating the blood. That is the main Satanistic bloodline, the main one. You can take it from there. You can take it down to the Whelan, Seaman, Whelan, Weiss. Um, and it does, and yes, the Rothschild and all them, they play in, but they're like this far removed. That's what I'm trying to get at. Do you think Satan's gonna put his front self up on that shit? Are you out of your mind? You got to understand what I'm trying to say is the truth. The ones that actually matter are not the ones out there walking around. They're doing other things that they like to do in their life. So, and money is not a concern. They get what they want when they want it, anytime they want it. So I'm just trying to honestly tell you that, you know, souls matter to Satan. Nothing else does. Deceiving and getting people's souls out of jealousy and anger and hatred. So, and that sickness too. Total sickness from filthy practices. So, racism is a major, major, huge deal. And I heard a quote. Hillary Clinton was talking to some woman, and the woman said something to her, and Hillary had just got through saying that like Democrats aren't cruel to people or mean to people. I mean, I don't care about any of that. I'm just talking about this person that's a part of the affiliation of that. So Hillary says about these people, they all look the same, indicating that but and then she laughed, and the other one goes, "Good one." I'm like, good one? What? Right on the news, right? Like just a day or so ago on JWTV, Stephen Jackson, a black man, had that on there, and I do believe it was his. Think somebody else touched. No, 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 no. He might have. No, he didn't. He was doing the caravan stuff. It was James Munder. He was screaming, pissed about it too. And we don't know what James Munder looks like, and who gives a rip. I mean, it'd be nice to see people, but how could you judge somebody if you don't see them anyway? Maybe by their voice or whatever. But yeah, he was screaming pissed about that too. So yeah, and she wanted to represent people, all people, everybody. You know, so just keep that in mind. They're watered down versions of the darkest skin you could ever imagine. And they're closer to going back to that than anybody, if that would matter. So, yeah. Motherfucking racist bastards, you know. So, everybody, I love you very much, and I just had to get on here and make my point. You know, it's intolerable. And everything, any spell that anybody's done, any type of witchcraft today, right back at you. Whatever you put on somebody, right back to you. From me to you. Nothing will work. I just nullified it. So it's all back at you, right out of you, right out of your souls. Love that. And that will be on part of the title because I need to spell it out for them. So, anyway, I had to do this video just to spell that out for them. So, hey, everybody, I love you. Bunches. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.